Yo, what's good, YouTube? Today, it is your boy BDB, and I have a video I want to talk about. It is going on in women's college hoops, and it's about Miss Milaysia FulWiley. If you did not hear what happened, Malaysia FulWiley has hit the transfer portal and is reportedly leaving South Carolina. Now, she has a chance to leave South Carolina. Just because you're in the portal does not mean you're guaranteed to go to a team. A team has to want to get you. Obviously, you got to make sure your college transfer credits in your classes transfer over. And then also, you got to make sure you're enrolled at the school. Like, you can at least get accepted into the school. So, my whole thing with this Malaysia FulWiley situation, do I like the move? No, I don't like it. A lot of people have been saying she needed to transfer because she's not going to get a lot of playing time, especially since they got the girl from FSU, which I'm very sad they got her because she's leaving my FSU Seminoles. But Latson, since they got her coming over there to South Carolina to play with her old teammate Rayford Johnson, so she felt like she was not going to get enough playing time. But my thing is this. It was a terrible move because it's not going to get no better than South Carolina. The only team you can go to that will be the equivalent of South Carolina is it, unless you go to UConn. And that would be a terrible move because that team beat you in the national championship. That'll be just like Kevin Durant. That'll be just like how KD left OKC to go to Golden State. But maybe slightly worse because you went to a team that beat you in the national championship. So UConn should be the last option for you. Now, if she goes to a team like Notre Dame, I mean, you get a good replacement out of Olivia Miles. That'll be a good replacement. If you go to TCU, that'll be a good replacement for Haley Van Lith because she's gone. But, I mean, I don't like this move because when we're looking at Malaysia FulWiley, when she was, because she's going to be going into her junior year, when I seen her as a freshman, I said, man, she's really electric. Sophomore year, she's still the same way. She ain't terrible, though. She's not a bad player. It's just she has not grown her game. Malaysia FulWiley, to me, is like a one-on-one ISO player. But we've seen countless times where 5-on-5, where you got to critically think. And that's where it shows a lot of the basketball IQ of a lot of players. Because there's a lot of players, if you tell them to play one-on-one, oh, they got the deepest bag you could ever think of. But when you tell them to put 4 other teammates on that court, it's like their IQ went from here all the way down to here. It's like they have became just a rock on the court. And there's been many times we've seen Malaysia FulWiley is very undisciplined on defense. She's very undisciplined on defense. She don't got good defense. She has an incredible offensive bag, but defensive-wise, she's not that good. And you've seen it in UConn. She got exposed. She got exposed. And then sometimes, the one thing with ISO one-on-one players, they're easy to read sometimes. Because we already know what she's going to do. If she's going right, she's going to try and go all the way right, finish with the right hand. If she's going left and go into the paint, she's going to try and go back to that right hand. She's a right-hand finisher. She ain't really going to try and finish with the left. It's easy to read. I see it all the time. When Malaysia FulWiley drives to the paint, she's always going with the right hand. She's never using her left. Always. But the thing is, though, the reason why I don't like this move is many reasons. One, you're not going to find a better team than South Carolina upcoming this year. You're not going to find a better team than South Carolina. Two, your TV coverage time, NIL money, all this brand deals and all this other stuff you get from South Carolina, you ain't getting nowhere else. Think about it. South Carolina they are the team. How can I put this? South Carolina gets the most televised games out of anybody in women's college basketball. And that's a fact. That's a fact. They get the most televised games, the most televised minutes out of any team in women's college basketball. Because you're on the biggest broadcast in sports, in ESPN. Credit, it's on a Sunday, but they get all that broadcasting. They get the biggest broadcast. South Carolina, it ain't going to get no better. It ain't going to get no easier if you leave South Carolina. And my thing with Milaysia FulWiley, she's a great player offensively. Defensively, she's streaky. She's shaky. She might get you a steal, but if you tell her to play solid defense for a whole possession, she gonna get exposed. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but she gets exposed. She does. And people say, well, Dawn ain't giving her that much playing time. Well, we got to look at how you play first. It ain't like Milaysia FulWiley never got playing time. It ain't like she never got playing time when she was in South Carolina. Let's be real now. Let's be real. If you go from getting playing time a lot your freshman year to barely getting any playing time the following year, you can't blame nobody else but yourself. You got to look at yourself first. What am I doing wrong that I'm not getting minutes like I used to? Go talk to the coach. Coach, what do you want me to do so I can get more minutes? Because I want to be an impact. Then you also got to think, Tahina Powpow was right in front of Milaysia FulWiley. Tahina Powpow is going to the WNBA. If you have somebody who's an NBA prospect, an upperclassman who's an NBA, NFL prospect, or a WNBA prospect in front of you, it is understandable why they're going to get more playing time than you, because they're getting ready to go to the pros. You ain't. And in women's college hoops, you got to stay all 4 years in order to go to the WNBA. Tahina Powpow is ready to go. Tahina Powpow is ready to go. I'm serious. She already did her thing at Oregon. Then she came to South Carolina. Then guess what? She's like, all right, it's time for me to go to the WNBA. And Dawn Staley said, okay, we're going to get you ready for the WNBA. Milaysia FulWiley, you're a sophomore. We can have some time with you. Don't worry. Your junior year, you're going to get right. And even if with Latson coming in, South Carolina, you're going to get more brand deals. You're going to get more TV time because now you got the leading scorer in D1 in women's college hoop. Last year, this past season, she was the leading scorer in D1 women's college hoops. She led the nation in scoring for women. And if I'm Milaysia FulWiley, I'm taking that because you were the 6th woman of the year. I'm taking that. You know how impressive that is to be the 6th best women in the nation? That's impressive, man. To me, it makes no sense why she left. Why are you leaving? If I'm already on a championship caliber team that gets a lot of TV time, a lot of NIL money, a lot of brand deal, because don't mind you, a lot of college athletes say, well, I want to get the most money. And you're on a team with getting the most money and the most brand deal time, and you'd still choosing to leave? Come on, man. And a lot of people saying, oh, well, she's not getting enough playing time. It ain't like she was never getting playing time. She's been getting playing time. She's just getting exposed. And that's the problem, why I'd say with the stars and the 5, 4, 3, 2 stars and the 1 stars and all this stuff in the rankings is because when you get ranked, all the stars, and you start getting offers and all this media attention and stuff, guess what it does? All you're getting is more yes women and yes men around you. You ain't getting nobody who's going to tell you the truth. So then when you finally reach someone who tells you the truth, guess what you want to do? Now they want to dip. That's why a lot of these college athletes get in the transfer portal. Because they've been around a lot of yes men and yes women. Now they're getting all this, oh, I don't get what I want. I hit the portal. Come on, man. And especially if you're on a championship caliber team that just went to the Natty last year. Credit, y'all got steamrolled, but you just went to the Natty. 9 times out of 10, the team you got this upcoming season, you gonna go back to the Natty. You are favored to win the Natty. You're top 3 favored out of you, South Carolina, UCLA, and UConn. It's stupid. I don't like the move. I don't love the move. I don't. Milaysia FulWiley should have stayed at South Carolina. It ain't going to get no easier. You're not going to get much notoriety. It's like once you leave South Carolina, we just going to be like, she gone. I'm being facts. I'm stating facts. It ain't like no one's going to pay attention. The only teams everybody pay attention to in women's college hoops is South Carolina, UCLA, USC. But until Juju come back, USC ain't going to get much talked about. But USC, we did talk about Notre Dame, but we ain't going to really talk about them. But now it's going to be Texas. That's all we go. That's all they talk. And if you want to put a 5, I'll say Notre Dame or TCU. That's a toss-up. Or maybe I would say LSU, but they might be going. I don't know. But still, I don't like this move, man. Malaysia FulWiley should have stayed at South Carolina. If you coming off the bench, you be the best player. And if they say you the best bench player in the nation, I'm taking that. I'm like, oh, I'm the best bench player in the nation. Oh, bet. I am not getting salty. Just because you don't start doesn't mean that you ain't going to get no playing time. It ain't no shame in not starting. It ain't no shame. It's no shame if you ain't starting in the game. If you get in the game and you still make an impact, okay. And she makes an impact offensively. Defensively, she's shaky. And everybody's seen it. She's shaky. But, like I said, man, I don't like this move. But that's going to consist of this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And all these people saying she should have left, you're idiots. Because why would I leave a championship team and go somewhere else where my career is just going to dwindle down? It ain't like we're going to talk about her whole NCAA career if she leaves South Carolina. It's not going to happen. But like I said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.